Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. In this video I thought, now that 2019 is over, I would talk about the products that I want to buy this year in 2020. I am a sad person. So on my computer I have a PowerPoint. It's Keynote, but Keynote is PowerPoint. Anyone that actually has a Mac called Keynote, or do you just call it PowerPoint? Because of course, it's PowerPoint. So I have a PowerPoint that's got a list of all of the makeup products I want to buy this year, and I've also sort of planned like what months I'm going to buy them in, but then I change it all the time because sometimes products get discontinued, sometimes new things come out that I feel like I have to buy. But I'm just going to kind of go through what's on there at the moment. These are the products that I want to buy this year. Obviously, more stuff is probably going to be added to this as new things are released or I discover new things. And I will put screenshots on screen of all of the products I'm talking about as we go through this. We're going to start with primers. So on my PowerPoint I've got 4 here. So the first one is the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Natural Glow Lotion Gold, which I think is technically meant for like body as well as face. It's just meant to be an all over sort of lotion thing, but I wanted to get it as a face primer, and I have actually ordered this one already. I'm going to use it in my January first impressions. For me, when it comes to primers, I prefer the more sort of glowy, ethereal looking things. I'm not really, it's not that I dislike kind of matte pore blurring primers or anything, it's just that I don't really feel like they do an awful lot for my skin, and I just kind of prefer something more glowy and dewy just because my base routine tends to be quite matte, so I feel like I need to get some dew from somewhere. So another one I want to try is the Flower Beauty Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir Primer, which is $14.99, so it's not cheap, but it has, by the looks of it, got some good reviews. It's got like basically 5-star ratings from like 7 people with Superdrug, and it seems like a sort of like glowy sort of primer, so I'm going to pick that one up at some point. There's 2 from Barry M that I want to try. So one's the Pixi Skin Blurring Beauty Elixir. So obviously it says skin blurring, so I'm not sure if it's meant to like kind of minimize pores or something, but then it also seems like, because it's an elixir, that's probably going to be like glowy as well, so I feel like that could actually be quite nice if it's blurring but then like kind of dewy as well. That'd be great. And then I also want to try the Barry M Glass Gloss Radiance Serum, because glass gloss, dewy skin by the sounds of it. So those are some primers I want to try. I mean, I'm not a massive primer person. I don't feel like I need to buy a shit ton of primers because I don't use them every single time I do my makeup. But those are some that I would like to check out, and I've already bought that e.l.f. one. So moving on to foundation. I've already bought this one. I've got it here. The Catrice HD Liquid Foundation. The Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation is in the shade 002 Porcelain Beige, which I'm pretty sure is the lightest one. Got this off of Just My Look. I'm going to be doing a one brand kind of first impressions with Catrice, so I will mention all of those products as well throughout this, but they arrived like a couple days ago, so I've got them on me. In the UK, most people get paid early for December, which I did, so I've kind of bought some of these already, even though it's not even January yet when I'm filming. I heard a lot of really good things about that Catrice foundation, so I'm excited to see what it's actually like. One that I've also ordered, and it's going to be my January first impressions, is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Anti-Pollution Foundation, which I got in porcelain. Pretty sure it's a light shade. I feel like I've heard it compared to the L'Oreal Infallible a lot, and I absolutely adore the L'Oreal Infallible. It's my favourite foundation I found in 2019, so if there's anything like that, I imagine I'll like it a lot. So excited to see what that's like. Will be in my January first impressions. 2 more like bougier foundations that I want to buy this year. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. That's what my computer's telling me it's called. So yeah, obviously the Estee Lauder Double Wear is like an iconic foundation. I've heard loads of people talk about it, and it seems like the sort of thing I like. It's meant to be like really good coverage. I think it's meant to have a more matte finish, which I'm more into nowadays. I prefer like either satin, semi-matte, or just straight up matte. I'm not into like super dewy oily foundations. I've just kind of gone off it. I feel like it just draws so much attention to my pores. The thing with that though is that a lot of foundations that describe themselves as dewy or luminous or whatever, I'll buy them, I'll try them, and I won't find them dewy or luminous, so I'm not going to like ban myself from buying things that say they're dewy. I'm just going to probably have to research it more before I buy it. Yeah, I really want to try the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's like £33, but it's also a pretty decent shade range from the picture that I'm looking at. But I'm going to treat myself to that one probably in February. But I also want to buy the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation, which seems like the sort of thing that I'd like because it's meant to be like a medium buildable coverage. and I think it's meant to have like a really kind of natural sort of fresh look to it, so I'm gonna try that one I think. In terms of other like drugstore ones, the Rimmel Lasting Matte Foundation I want to try. They sort of like revamped it recently, because I know it was like the little purple tubed one before. I never actually tried that, so I don't have anything to compare it to or anything, but I want to try that because, as I've said, more into matte foundations now, and that's the affordable drugstore one. The shade I'm looking at is Warm Porcelain, so hopefully that will be an okay colour match. If not, I'll have to mix it. I'm losing my voice and I've run out of Iron Brew. This is a disaster. Also from the drugstore, the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless 3-in-1 Liquid Foundation, which again, this is another one that I think they like revamped from an old sort of product. Like, I think it probably had the same name actually, but the packaging's different and I'm assuming that the formula's different. Again, I never tried the original, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but that's another drugstore one that I'm probably going to buy this year. Also, Gosh released a new foundation a few months ago. It's called the Dextreme Full Coverage Foundation, so I will buy that one at some point as well. I think Soph Does Nails used it recently in a video, and I think she said it was good. So another one I'm thinking about buying is the Maybelline Fit Me Luminous and Smooth Foundation. So you can't get this in drugstores in the UK, but it is on Amazon, and I am considering trying the original Maybelline Fit Me as well that you can get in drugstores. I am sort of thinking about maybe trying it, because I did actually try it once. Like, this is when I first started getting back into makeup when I was 18, and I'm 22, almost 23 now, so it was a very long time ago and I don't really remember a lot about it. But I might try the original Maybelline Fit Me, but I also want to try this Luminous and Smooth one as well. But again, I have a bit of a worry that it might be too dewy. But again, a lot of things that describe themselves as like luminous, dewy, aren't always super dewy. And see, I don't mind if it's a little bit dewy. Like, as I said, I like satin semi-matte as well. It's just when I put it on and I just see oil like everywhere that I get put off. So I think I will buy that one as well. And maybe the original Maybelline Fit Me as well. And then another one I've got on here is from Fiera, I never quite know how to pronounce it. So they had a foundation that went sort of like viral in 2019, but I actually don't want to get that one. I want to get the other one they do, which is available on Amazon. It's the Long Lasting Full Coverage Oil-Free Velvet Matte Liquid Foundation. That's the one I want to get, and I'm going to buy it off of Amazon. I'm basically going to do a full face testing out of this brand, because I've got a few other products from them, a few other basically a full face of products that I'll talk about as well throughout this. I can't remember what the name of that other Fiera foundation is, but I know it sort of went viral when people said it was like a dupe for Estee Lauder or something. But I mean, I just kind of wanted to try this one. It just seems a little bit more my thing, because it's like a matte one. So I think that's it for foundations, but obviously if new things come out, then they will be added to the list. I forgot to mention, I'm going to test out some Pop Beauty makeup as well, and they've got a foundation called the Filter Effect Base, so I think I'm going to get that one as well. So moving on to concealer now. So the first one that I got on me now, another Catrice product, the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This is in 001, which I think is the lightest shade, and it does look quite pale. It might not be the perfect colour, but when I swatched on my hand, it's got like quite a thin formula, which normally things that have a more thin formula tend not to be as good coverage, but I won't judge it too soon. We'll find that when I do my full face testing Catrice. And I also bought the new Maybelline concealer, which will be in my January 1st impressions, the Super Stay Concealer in 05 Ivory, so I'm really intrigued by that. I obviously really like the Super Stay foundation. I've seen a few of the YouTubers I've subscribed to use it so far, and I think they've all sort of liked it. So the Estee Lauder foundation, I'm going to buy it off Feel Unique, and so I've kind of just picked another bunch of products as well that I saw of Feel Unique. I did see the Nip and Fab concealer on there, however when I looked at it recently, it's like half of the shades had disappeared, so I don't know if it's just like they've sold out, so they've taken it off and it will come back, or I don't know if they're discontinuing it or what. Hopefully if they're still there, I will buy the Nip and Fab concealers. They have been out for a while now, and I've always been curious about them, but I've just, you know, there's been other concealers that have interested me more, but I think I will if they are on Feel Unique when I do my order, which will be February I think. Then I do want to try those. I'm probably going to get number 1, and then I'm also going to get the white one as well, just in case number 1 is a little bit too dark, so then I can just kind of mix them together. I also want to try the Urban Decay Stay Naked concealer as well, the one that goes with the foundation. I just figured I might as well try both the foundation and the concealer, so I'm gonna get that one. Again, sort of matching concealer thing. The Rimmel's got the Lasting Matte concealer to go with the foundation, and then Max Factor's got the Face Fidelity concealer to go with that, so I'm probably just gonna buy both of those as well and then like review them together. Revolution came out with a new concealer recently. It's the Conceal and Fix Ultimate Coverage Concealer, and I'll get the shade Light Yellow, so it's like a pot concealer. Don't know if it's meant to be like a dupe for the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer maybe, which I have got on me, so I might, you know, compare them. As I said, I want to do full face testing fairer. I'm just going to call it fairer. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But they've also got a concealer. It's called the Liquid Concealer Full Coverage. You know on Amazon when they just list like 25 million things? I'm just gonna call it the Liquid Concealer. Yeah, I'll get that one as well for that video. So I brought my stuff from Catrice off of Just My Look, and there was this brand called LOV on there, so I'm thinking I'm going to do full face testing of that as well. They don't have like every single product, like I couldn't see a foundation, but they did have a concealer, and it's called the Camouflage Concealer Cream, and it's £10, so I think I will get that one for that video. And that's it for concealers. Moving on to setting powder. So the one I got from Catrice is the Nude Illusion Loose Powder Transparent Matte, which apparently has a new improved texture according to this silver thing up here. So that's the first powder that I'll be using. And I also bought 2 powders from Gosh. So I've ordered the Powder Plus Hydration Loose Powder, and then also the Waterproof Setting Powder in Transparent. And I've never tried a Gosh setting powder before, so I'm really excited to see how those perform. I think both of them are sort of newer releases. I think they came out sort of like mid last year. Feel Unique also has Physicians Formula, so I'm going to buy the Formula Mineral Wear Talc Face Correcting Powder as well when I do my Feel Unique order. I mean, I've not heard much about it, but it just seems like a fairly standard pressed setting powder, so I might as well give it a go. And as I said, I'm doing a full face of Pot Beauty, and they've got like a translucent pressed powder. It's called the Face Magnet Powder, so I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try the No. 7 Perfect Light Loose Powder in Translucent. Hopefully the shade is okay. Sometimes it can be a bit of a gamble if those shades work or not, but it has got good reviews. And I have tried a pressed powder from No. 7, which I thought was okay. It wasn't like my favourite, but I liked it enough. I Heart Revolution came out with a new loose powder recently. It's the baking powder in Coconut, which is just a translucent colour, so hopefully that should be fine. Hopefully it doesn't make me white. Fuera's got a loose powder and a pressed powder that I'm going to check out. The loose powder is just called the Translucent Loose Makeup Setting Powder, and then the pressed one's just called the Translucent Sheer Matte Makeup Base. Rude Cosmetics has got a loose powder that I want to try. LOV, the brand I mentioned before, has also got a loose powder. It's called the Perfectitude Shine Control Loose Powder. Also, B from Superdrug has got a new baking powder in Translucent, so I'll try that one as well. And then off of Amazon, so these products I know are like widely available in America, but in the UK you can only get them off of Amazon. There's 2 Maybelline powders. So the first one is the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, which I'd get in 05 Fair. My only sort of thing with it is I have no idea if the shade's going to be light enough or if it's going to make me orangey or oxidize my base or not. So that's a bit of a gamble, but I have heard, again, a lot of YouTubers I know speaking about this powder and how good it is. It is going to cost me like about 13 quid to get it, but I don't mind. If it's good, then I don't mind spending that, but I'll be a bit annoyed if it's not good. So this product, I know it kind of launched recently in the US. It's the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation, and I'm looking at the shade Fair Porcelain here. So yeah, I can get it off Amazon. It's going to be a bit more pricey, obviously, than if it was in our drugstores. I know we do have a Superstay powder, but it's like an old formula that's been around for like ages, and I'm assuming it's like a different product to this. That looks like it could be a quite nice pressed powder, so I am going to check that one out. That's it for setting powders. Bronzers. So from Catrice, I've got the Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder. It says medium skin. There wasn't one for light skin, so I just had to go with this one, but looking at the shade it does look like it's fairly pale. Hopefully this will work. It's got such a velvety smooth texture, which is really nice, so I really hope that the colour works out for me, but I've got that one. And then the one that I've ordered already is from Revlon. It's the Revlon Powder Blush Bronze Beauty. it's what it's listed as. I wasn't really sure because it's sort of like a one shade sort of bronzer. There was a review on Superdrug that said it worked for someone with fair skin, so I don't know, we'll see. That was a bit of a gamble, but I've risked it. So that will be in my January first impressions. Obviously when I ordered from Feel Unique, I've got to get the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the lightest shade. I'm really excited to try that. I've heard so many things about how good that bronzer is. So hopefully it's in stock when I do my Feel Unique order. If not, I'm postponing it until it comes back in stock. When I do my Testing Pot Beauty, they've got like a sort of bronzer palette. It's called the Pow Wow Powder, and it's got some sort of like bronzy shades and I think maybe some blush in it as well. So I'll try that one. There's also one from NYX called the California Beaming Bronzer. It's in a few different shades, but I'm not really sure which is going to be the right one for like pale skin. I need to look into that a bit more. I want to try the Revolution X Patricia Bright Moonlight Glow face palette. She obviously like released like 4 different face palettes. I've got like blush, bronzer, highlight in. So obviously I want to try the one for fair skin. I also want to try the Winky Lux Coffee Bronzer, which is on Boots and Superdrug now. When I originally saw it, it was on Boots, but I know they have added it to Superdrug as well now. But I want to try that one. And also the Revolution Pro X NAF Bronzer. Architeco? That looks like it. That one looks like it could work with fair skin, so I want to try that one. For some reason I've completely forgot to mention that there's also a brand called You Can Be, which I have tried an eyeshadow palette from, and for some reason I've just completely ignored this one. I've been going through this PowerPoint. But I also want to do a full face testing You Can Be, and there's a foundation called the Luminous Silky Liquid Coverage Foundation that I'm going to try. We've also got a concealer called the Lightweight Concealer. Don't have a setting powder, but they have got this blush which looks like a bronzer when I look at the shade, so I'm going to try that as a bronzer. In terms of blush, I've only got 2 on here at the moment, but I do want to start using blush more because when I have used it recently, I've really liked how it's looked. So the LOV brand has got a blush, and it's called the Blushment Blurring Blush, and it comes in 3 different shades, and I want Beautiful Minds in Power. Just looks like a sort of mauvey cool toned blush, which I quite like. And then I also want to try the Revolution Pro X NAF blush as well in Mia Kiss. Okay, so in terms of highlighter, so I've got the Catrice High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder here. This is in 010 Light Diffusion, which when I looked at it I was worried that maybe it'd be a bit too dark. It is very pink tones, but then when you swatch it, it looks like it is actually gonna sort of blend into my skin tone quite nicely. I've also in my Superdrug order bought one of the Nip and Fab highlighter palettes. It's the Better Work one. So I got this off of Superdrug and they were like really expensive. So they're like £20, but it was reduced to like 17. And then I saw it on Feel Unique and it was on sale for like £8. So that was really annoying because I've spent like £17 on it. That highlighter palette better be bloody good for the amount of money I've spent on it. I also want to try the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme highlighter. I'm gonna get the shade Diamond Glow. Looks like a pale champagne-y sort of colour. From the You Can Be, they've got a highlighter palette called the Crystal Sugar Glow Kit, which I'll use for my full face. ELF has got a highlighter palette that I want to try. It's the ELF Glow Glam and Beam highlight palette, which I know the Taylor really likes. I've seen her give it a good review in the last few months, so I want to try that one. Fuera's got a highlighter that looks like it's sort of a rip-off of a Fenty Beauty one, but it looks really pretty. It's called the Freestyle Blush 2-in-1 Highlighter Duo, and it's like a few different shades, but I want the more sort of pinky champagne-y one. LOV has got a highlighter palette. It's called the Low Lights Prismatic Highlighting Palette, which looks pretty. I also want to try the Revolution Precious Stone Highlighting Palette in Ruby Crush. If that's anything like the Revolution Pro highlighter palette that's got like 3 different shades of it, if it's anything like that, then I imagine I'll love it because I love that. And then they've also got the Precious Stones highlighter in Iced Diamond, which I want to try at some point. Okay, so eyebrows. From Catrice, I've got the Brow Colorist Semi-Permanent Brow Mascara, which is this here. So it's obviously just an eyebrow gel. The brush is quite thin and small, so hopefully that works because I like a small wands when it comes to gels. Then I also got their micro brow pencil. So this is the Slimmatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in cool brown. And then from Superdrug I bought the Max Factor Brow Revival gel in soft brown. And then I've also bought the MUA micro brow pencil that they came out with recently in dark brown. So those will be tried in January. So when I do my Feel Unique order, I'm going to try the Holika Wonder Drawing Brow Mascara, which is a brand I'd never heard of until I looked on Feel Unique recently. So I'm going to give that brow gel a go unless I see something else when I make that order that catches my eye more. I also want to retry the Soap and Glory Archery Volume Boost gel. I have tried this once like ages ago. Again, it was like when I first started getting into makeup, so it's been a really long time, but I have a very vague memory of liking it. And when I look at like the wand and how small it is, it just seems like the type of thing that I would like, so I'm definitely gonna repurchase that one as well. I want to try the Rimmel Brow Pro Micro Ultra Fine Precision Pencil. Why have these products got so annoying names? I want to try the Revolution Brow Mascara, the one that's got Cannabis Sativa in it, in dark brown. I have tried the Revolution Pro gel, which I had sort of mixed thoughts on. I didn't love it, so I'm hoping that this one is a little bit different in formula, but I do want to try that. I would quite like to try the Florence by Mills Tint and Tame Brow Gel, just because it looks like it's got a sort of wand I like. Ella Bree's got like a brow sort of duo. It's called the Browtitude 2-in-1 Brow Tint and Fibre Gel, so I think I'll try that. I also would like to try the Rude Cosmetics Eyebrow Gel Mascara and the Milani Stay Put Shaping Gel. So as you can tell, I'm very much into gels and micro brow pencils. That's my go-to when it comes to brows. Moving on to Kohl eyeliner. I'm a big fan of using Kohl eyeliner in the waterline. I just think it adds drama. I really like it. So I actually brought two from Catrice. So I've got the Inside Eye Kohl Gel in 010 Black is the New Black, which again is just a twisty up black eyeliner pencil. They both are. The other one is called the Colour and Contour Eye Pencil in 010 Me, My Black and I. Me, My Black and I. What? I think this one is the one that comes in different colours, and then this one I think is just comes in a black. But I'm going to test both of those out. I've also brought the Gosh Velvet Touch eyeliner in black ink, which has been around for ages, but for some reason I've just never tried it. So I'm going to try that one out, my January 1st impressions. Winky Lux has also got a eyeliner. It's the Winky Lux Feliner eyeliner, which is just a black kohl. Gonna try that one. Ferrera's got a kohl pencil. It's called the Ferrera Velvety Soft Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil, and it comes in loads of different shades, but I'm going to try the black one. And then I also want to try the Morphe eyeliner pencil in Lights Out, which is on Boots. The only liquid liner I've gotten here is from LOV, and it's the Royal Liner Eyeliner Pen Black Grace. What are these names? I would like some recommendations for liquid eyeliners that are worth trying out, preferably drugstore affordable. So I bought 3 mascaras from Catrice. I got one in my Just My Look order, which is this one here. This is Glamour Boost Lash Growth Volume Mascara, which comes in a grey tube. It looks really similar to the Collection Lash Surge packaging. I don't know which one came first. What kind of rectangular wand. Had good reviews, but I've also bought 2 more mascaras, but I got these off of Amazon because they were out of stock on Just My Look. So I bought the Iconista Lash Millionizer Volume Mascara 010 Black, and then also the Glamour Lash Colorist Semi-Permanent Volume Mascara 010 Black. I bought both of those off of Amazon, so hopefully they'll arrive soon. But I've had a lot of really good things about Catrice mascaras. When it comes to mascaras generally, I am really looking for recommendations on like drugstore mascaras that are good, because there's just so goddamn many. If you go in Boots or Superdrug, there's just so many, and I never know which ones are any good or not. One that I'm going to check out is the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Mascara. I did look at a few different Revlon ones, and I feel like this is the one that sort of looked the most up my street, but again, I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to have to give it a gamble and try it. This is the one that has like loads of different versions of it. They're like kind of specified in different areas. So there's like lengthening ones, curling ones, volumizing ones, but this is meant to be the one that apparently does all of it, which is kind of what I want from my lashes. I kind of just want everything. From Pop Beauty, I want to try their lash extension mascara. Again, I've not heard anything about this, so it's going to be a complete gamble if it's any good or not. Winky Lux has got a mascara called the So Extra Mascara, which got 1 5-star review on Boots from my screenshot. May have changed since I screenshotted it. So hopefully that's good. You Can Be has got a mascara. It's the Perfect Lash Volume Mascara. And Fuera's also got a mascara. It's the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. Revolution has got a Blowout Mascara, which has got Cannabis Sativa, what did I say before? I don't know. But it's like the same with the brow gel I mentioned. But I have heard that Revolution is going to be bringing out more mascaras in 2020. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a video where I like test all of the Revolution mascaras, like just compare them all to each other, because I've got a feeling they're going to launch a few different ones. I also want to try 2 from number 7. These ones have got the best reviews. So there's the Exceptional Definition Mascara and then the Velvet Lash Mascara. Those are the ones with the best reviews on Boots, so I would quite like to try those. And then LOV has also got a Sculpting Volume Mascara, which I will try. Okay, so moving on to eyeshadow. First one that I've got on me is from Catrice. It's the Crystallized Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette, which is like a beautiful, sort of purpley rose gold sort of colour scheme. It looks super nice. I swatched some of these and they are really nice. Like, look at the pigmentation of that. That looks amazing. That was gorgeous. Excuse the other gunk in my hands. So I can't wait to play around with that. I feel like that's just going to give a really nice, like, soft glam sort of look. And then for my January first impressions, I brought the Revolution X Kami Make Magic palette, which has got some, like, foiled glittery sort of shades in it, and then a bunch of, like, mattes as well. It looks stunning, and I've heard really good, like, reviews for it. So I thought I'd buy that one and give it a go. Pop Beauty's got this really interesting looking palette. It's called the Light Show Eye palette, and it's got some sort of, like, baked kind of eyeshadows in it, and it looks really pretty and interesting, so I'm going to get that one. And then I also want to get one of their Flash Shadow liquid glitter eyeshadows. I'm going to get the silvery one in Cosmic Confetti, so I should be able to create a nice eye look with those. Sleek brought out like a big eyeshadow palette recently, which I've not seen any reviews for, so I might look into that. But it's the Sleek Major Morphosis eyeshadow palette, and it looks like it's got a load of brights in it. It looks like the sort of thing I'd like, so I'm going to give that one a go. You Can Be has got this eyeshadow palette called the Back to School eyeshadow palette. It's got quite bright colours in it and a lot of glitters, and like all of the shades are like named after like lessons in school, which I thought was cute. Like, it looks like it has really nice packaging, so I'm going to try that one with my full base of You Can Be. Also really want to try the Revolution X Patricia Bright Rich in Colour palette. I love the look of that the moment it was launched. I really wanted to get that. Those colours just look really vibrant and nice. I feel like this one just appealed to me a bit more than the other palette, just because it's just a bit more like vibrant and more kind of colourful. I don't think Fuera does an eyeshadow palette, so I'm just going to pick out like a few sort of singles. So they've got this cream to powder waterproof glitter metallic eyeshadow. It comes in a bunch of different shades, so I think I'm going to pick up a couple of those. And I also want to get one of their Magnificent Metal waterproof liquid glitters. Isn't Magnificent Metals what the Steeler things are called? Have they copyrighted that? Because they've just stolen that name. I think I'll get the rose gold one of that. LOV's got like this cream eyeshadow thing. It's called the Galaxy Eyeshadow and Liner. And I want to get the Champagne Sparks one. That looks super pretty. But they also have got an eyeshadow palette called the Dare to Dare colour eyeshadow palette. I think they've got a few different ones, but I'm going to give that a go. And then lips. Me, I like a matte bullet lip, even though I'm wearing a gloss right now. Let's just not pay attention to that. I didn't get any lip products from Catrice, so it just wasn't anything that seemed like the sort of thing I'd like. But I brought 2 L'Oreal lipsticks for my January first impressions. They're both the Color Riche Ultra Matte Nude lipstick. So I got a nude one in No Shame, and then I got a more dark vampy one in No Prejudice. Generally I prefer nudes, but I do also like vampy shades. I don't wear them very often, but I do really like vampy lipsticks, so I thought I'd just get a nude and a vampy one. And they're described as matte, which is what I want from my lipsticks, so hopefully they're nice. Pot Beauty's got a matte lipstick. It's called the Matte Velvet Lipstick, and I'm going to get the Novel Nude shade. You Can Be's got a matte bullet lip. The packaging looks really cool. It's just called the Luxurious Crown Matte Lipstick. I'm going to get the 05 shade. Fuera has got a matte bullet lip. It's got loads. This one's got a lot of different shades. It's just called the Matte Velvet Waterproof Non-Stick Lipstick, and I'm gonna get the shade 810 Taylor, which is quite a deep nude, but I really like the tone of it. This is the only sort of one that's not a matte bullet lip that I'm gonna get. This is a Revolution Pout Balm Plumping Gloss and Candy, which I think is meant to be a dupe of the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Not this colour, obviously, the original one, but I love the original Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, so I just kind of wanted to buy it to compare to it and see if it's any good. The LAV's got a lipstick. I'm not sure if it's matte or not. It's just described as a Lip Affair Colour and Care lipstick, and I want to get the Cena's Nude shade, so I have no idea if it's got like a matte or a creamy finish. It doesn't really specify, so hopefully it's more matte, but I will try that one. Then I also want to try the Revolution Pro X NAF lipstick in Biscuit, because that looks completely up my street. In terms of setting sprays, I have bought this one from Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. I did want to try like the dewy one, but it's not available in just my look, and it's really expensive on Amazon, so I was just like, I mean, I want to try it, but like I don't really want to spend like 20 quid on it. So I bought this one instead, and I've also bought a NYX one. I think it's an Illumination one. I bought that from my January first impressions, but I've not got any other ones I'm planning on buying, but I will look into it. Anyway, I think I've mentioned everything, but obviously this is just what I've got on my to buy list at the moment. There's probably going to be more products that release, like probably tomorrow for all I know, that will be added to this list, but these are just all the things that I've planned so far. These will all be in like first impressions videos or one brand videos. You will see me trying these unless I just drastically change my mind and don't want to buy something, which can happen. It has happened, or if a product discontinues or it just becomes unavailable and I just can't buy it for whatever reason. But as always, I would like recommendations for things. I know no one watches my videos, but let's just pretend someone does. Please give me recommendations and things. But anyway, I think that's it. So I'm going to stop talking because my throat feels like death. So Happy New Year, and that's it for this video. So goodbye.